2020 Astro Tarot Forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I am shuffling a brand new deck. I brought this in to get some hyped energy and get everyone a little bit more positive than they've been. Game of Thrones, baby. Game of Thrones, the HBO tarot deck. We'll be using that this month and probably in June, because I believe that's when they did their series in June. They started it, so now that it's over, I thought I'd bring the tarot in the mix. It's an exciting deck, and although we are in our planetary pause, it is an exciting time because we've never experienced this time before. And I'm not sure if the viewers are aware, but for the monetary YouTubers like myself who have the advertising, we now have to check on our videos if we will be talking about COVID and our opinions about it. And it's very specific. We have to describe our channel and the type of information we're talking about. So I'm referring to it as our planetary pause, and always have. So we all are aware of the current reality. And this month in May, yes, we still have our planetary pause when it comes to how we participate in the outside world so much. But we can get a lot done in our lives in the comfort of our homes. And some Aries or Arians have been receiving data regarding what they could have accomplished even months ago prior to our pause. So let's start with the transits and our aspects. On the 7th of May, we receive our full moon at 17 degrees of Scorpio. In the 8th house, there's closure for Aries in the sector of shared resources, other people's money, intimacy, how you're connecting with your relationship or your partner. There's clarity and an awareness when the full moon occurs. Something is meant to be seen in how you are banking, budgeting, consolidating debts, paying down debts, paying off creditors. There's also the possibility to close a connection at this time, and having lived its full life span, a relationship. And if you're getting along well with your spouse or partner, it doesn't really come on suddenly. The full moon is a time of vision and internal processing. And you could also not re-up or pay for private schooling or some kind of focused learning. You could not shell out as much money and hone in on your resources in the month of May, and save as opposed to spending, online shopping and getting new habits made. I feel like you will remove what isn't necessary in your life. Bring things to goodwill and sort and file and toss the things out of your life that are no longer necessary. Weeding out, that's the phrase. Weed out your life. Pare down. On the 11th of May, Mercury enters Gemini through the 28th of May. Very quick transit, 17 days here in your communication sector. So when Mercury is direct here, this is the time to express yourself, set your Zoom or Skype meetings, state your intention, whether that is in business or with children and or siblings of your life or neighbors. The 3rd house is the people closest to you who surrounds you in your community. And Mercury is a task-oriented planet and tends to the details. So being in charge of organizing a committee, even if it's in the comfort of your home, would suit you. And the analyzation of data, period, is excellent for Aries this month with Mercury here. And saying what you've wanted to say to siblings in your life and smoothing over any old wounds is afforded to you here in this time frame from the 11th through the 28th. Mars, your ruling planet, enters the sign of Pisces on the 13th through June 27th. And I never mind when Mars is in your very quiet sector. Mars in the 12th house stimulates psychic ability and your dream life, your dream activity, the downloads. What messages do you receive in that time frame, May 13 through June 27th? I would keep a tally and keep a notepad by your bedside. You are inspired when Mars is in the 12th. You're not running out of ideas. There's more than enough energy stirred up, and you're restless here. It's not as easy to get right to sleep when Mars is in the 12th sector of sleep. Restlessness. And an active mental imagination is afforded to Aries. On the 20th, the Sun enters Gemini through the 21st of June, again meeting up with Mercury in your third house. Additionally, we have our new moon on the 22nd of May at 2 degrees of Gemini. It feels like I know I'm speaking, but I've got spirit or energy present, and it feels like I'm not saying the words correctly. There is a new moon at 2 degrees of Gemini in the third house. If I didn't say that, it felt like someone was trying to take control over my words a little bit. This new moon conjunct the Sun, Mercury, obviously conjunct the Sun. The Sun and the Moon are in the same sector when there's a new moon. This works for what you've held inside, the things you need to get out and say your piece, speak your truth, write your book, publish your message. From the 15th of May through the 31st, halfway through the month, Mars in Pisces starts to work with Uranus in the early stages of Taurus because they form a sextile between your 2nd and your 12th house. And your inspiration while sleeping and in download period, your inspiration could come regarding value, money, finance, security, earnings, and future budgets, future earnings. Not everything will remain the pace that it is in this month and last. So it's important to plan a future, even if that is just keeping your vision or writing something out on your laptop for the time being. That's how magic and manifestation begin, always. You've never needed to leave your home in order to manifest. So let's see what is here in the month with the Game of Thrones Tarot. I'm excited about this, and I don't know all of the characters' names. It's kind of like a Led Zeppelin record. You can't remember all of the song titles because there's so much data. It's hard to get it all. Okay. Aries, here are your cards, and if you would like a private reading with me, this is what I do. I'm at audreyalison.com. Please visit my website. I appreciate your support. And I will get back to you in a day or two with an email if you purchase your reading length, and we will set it up. Thank you so much, Aries. Here are your cards for the month. Chariot. Look at the dragons. Okay, so the Mother of Dragons energy. The Chariot is a victory, Aries. The Chariot is a long journey, and having it work for you and not against you. The Chariot is the sign of Cancer in the Tarot. This is a time to tend to the physical self and nurture your home life and your surroundings. Let's see what else we have here with this message. Wow, the star. That's Sansa. I know her name. I love that lady. Love that lady in Game of Thrones. The star, recognition. Hope. Have hope. The blood red fear and the milk white hope. There is an upswing. Life doesn't exist without the opposite energy. Darkness, lightness, up, down. The message I'm getting is this too shall pass. This will come around again. Have hope that there will be a successful victory in the end here. Let's see what else is here. 8 of Coins. Yeah, it is about work, your method of work. How you are mastering your apprenticeship or your apprentice skills. The 8 of Coins is steadfast, tending to your commitments. And just because we are temporarily in a pause, there is still work that needs to be done, is what I'm hearing. You can work behind the scenes in structuring your life effortlessly so that when we get moving again as a community and a society and a country and a nation and a globe, you'll be prepared. Let's see what else is here. The Knight of Cups. You'll have an offer, an invitation. It could be an intimate connection returning. It also, to me, feels like it's connected to work. And right next to that 8 of Coins, working behind the scenes and tending to your skill. You always have to be freshened up, is the message. Don't rest on your laurels just because the world is sleeping. That's when you can get your most work done. It might feel good to compete at this time, not in a negative way, but in a chariot way, to become victorious. Let's see, and the Lovers. Some of your intimacy is getting amped up too, and there's nothing like a quarantine to let you know what's important, right? The Lovers is a decision that you've made. It's also your choice to be with someone, and or the choice to find what is important to you now. It could be an intimacy. It could be the return of a lover with the Knight of Cups and the Lovers card. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini in the Tarot, and the Knight of Cups could be a younger water sign energy, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but that's my interpretation, Aries. This month is important for you to still be a leader of the zodiac and control what you can in the comfort of your home. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.